Uh-oh. Let's go ahead and stream. Oh, well. Guess I'll just go ahead and start it. I don't give a frick. I don't give a gosh dang. There we go. That might be fun. Alright. So I'm talking out more than the desktop audio. Okay. The accent clicked stream, so I'm just gonna go with it now. I don't give a dang. I don't give a gosh darn dang. I don't give a frick. Let me pull up the notes and make sure I'm talking right and not out of my butt. I'll preface the stream with I barely watched Smackdown tonight. I caught all the footnotes and watched some of the results on the Reddit, the Squared Circle subreddit. So that's how I got a lot of my detail. I did watch clips of everything that happened, you know, just to see if it was really worth it. And come to find out, no, it was not worth it. This show was terrible, and we're gonna break down the reasons why in a little bit. Also, while I play Fire Pro Wrestling World, I'm gonna go through some detail here. I'm gonna go and let's see, do mission mode. See about getting through mission mode. I'm at number 35. Last night I ended number 30 finally. Tonight try to get to 40. God willing, try to get everything up to AS rankings. Only have like 2 Bs. 3 Bs, I'm a liar. And a thief. Okay, 2 B, 3 Bs. So I got 3 Bs to fix to S, hopefully. That'll probably be it. But yeah, so Smackdown was terrible last night. And WWE is in a state of, it's in a bad state, I guess. I mean, there's no Talking Smack anyway, so if you're watching right now, you're not missing Talking Smack. It's done. Well, they are doing a poster interview with Gable. I guess they have to get some sort of thing in there. So we had a singles match tonight. Jimmy Uso versus Kofi Kingston, I guess. I'm not sure how this whole show went through. I'm just gonna read through some notes. So it looks like it started off with the Punjabi prison. Okay, I'm reading over some things. I know this is a terrible stream. I don't give a frick. Also, I'm gonna take off this thing. There we go. Please stand by. No more. That was dumb. I'm sorry. I fudged up. Alright, so they start. They showed the. Oh gosh, this is the opening of SmackDown. Is Randy and Jinder Mahal, because of course. There we go. Try to get my audio up better. Okay. So it looks like they opened up at that, talked about bullcrap, showed the Punjabi prison. I don't know, I didn't see it actually, so I don't know if they changed it. I doubt they really would change it much. There's no reason to. It sticks, for fuck's sake. You know, it's a terrible match. It's gonna be a terrible pay-per-view, possibly. I see nothing good from this. Yeah, and Randy Orton's phoning it in. He's they've been phoning it in for a while now. Like ever since they dropped him from the Wyatts. He's not a Wyatt family member anymore. He crossed him, and we had the the payoff at WrestleMania, which was fine. I guess they had some weird display stuff. It is a weird match. Having all like the disgusting imagery and everything while they're on the ground. It was like, why? And ever since then, he left the Wyatts. Now he's back to normal. He's the champion. Blah blah. Then Jinder Mahal wins it and stuff or some crap. I don't know. Not good champion. No one's chasing it right. This is the main story for Smackdown apparently, even though it's barely a story to begin with. You know, you get the Jinder faction fighting people. I guess that's really all I could say about that. Is like it's just Jinder fighting people, and it's like why bother? Oh, clothesline me. Gosh dang. I'm supposed to last until the explosion, which I think happens at 10 o'clock. And it says landmine hit. Is that the landmine hit? I don't think that's the landmine hit. I don't know. I'm still new to the weird deathmatchy stuff they have in this game. Fire Pro Wrestling. Oh, they interviewed Chad Gable tonight. Already. Okay. Let's see. Well, at least they're not off on bad terms. I know eventually, from the looks of it, it's just Gable's going to be Gable and cool. And obviously, I mean, Dave Meltzer said, like, he's great quality with the few years he's had in the business of pro wrestling. He's obviously was a gifted amateur wrestler. I mean, he is great. He has good charisma. He has very good German suplexes, man. I could see him all day just fucking drop people on their necks. Well, not really, but, good Germans. So I guess that happened already. What else happened? I'm just lost all concentration in this match. I'll probably have to restart or something. Okay, Kofi and Uso, who cares, whichever Uso, doesn't matter. Yeah, it's weird after, this whole heel turn Uso thing, you still can't tell who's who. And what's worse is you don't have face paint to differentiate, you just have to be like, oh, that's the one with the goatee, or this one with the beard. Who cares? God dang it, I'm timing it now, like I'm paying attention. And it's still 3. Oh. I'm fighting as a more stronger style guy, I guess. He's borderline MMA, obviously with the all white. I think he's reverse. I think he's like anti-Shibata, and again he does exactly what Shibata would do. So I don't know. I mean, look at his moves. Dangerous dangerous knee kick. That's a special of his. The back grapple, running middle kick. I gotta do that one. Oh. Okay. Let's see. Women's division. Becky and Charlotte. Sure, whatever. Naomi's a champion, and at first I really like Naomi as a champion. But it's just, I don't know. It's just there's a lot of. I need to go through. Let me go through the details before we go to the bigger picture. After this, either way, some people had a match, and some girls had a match, and I don't even know who won. Let me see. Becky Lynch versus Charlotte Flair. Oh, there's the explosion. Okay, Becky Lynch won cleanly. Makes sense. Oh God, we're dead. The referee's dead. He's sheezering. He can't take it. Oh, I'm collapsing. Shit. Poopy butthole. And then this guy's spazzing. God. He's trying to hit me. Weird AI. Yeah, really weird AI. Which is fine. This is early access. I don't, you know. For what it is right now and what we're getting right now, I still like the game a lot. Uh-oh. That's his finisher. Cool. Okay, so Mike Kanellis fought tonight versus Sami Zayn. Okay match. I think I saw a few things, a few snippets of it. I didn't expect Mike Bennett coming to WWE and be like, here's the greatest, you know, here's my, you know, peak greatness already. First night, you know, first match on the road to Battleground. This is, you know, his debut the week before a pay-per-view. He's debuting, so you can obviously tell that things are very well thought out right now. Gosh dang. Oh well. I'm about to redo this match. He's the ace. Cotton. Oh. Yep. Yep. Okay. Oh. Come on. There we are. Okay, so let's see what else got going on. Let's see, John. Oh yeah, John Cena. He did the flag stuff. It looks like. Okay, and they beat each other up. It looks like. Okay, let's see what. Let me see what these are. Up your second win. That doesn't make sense. Let your second fight on the apron. Oh, okay, so you're. Okay, sorry. I'm a manager in that one. Timed Battle Royal. Oh, it's a Royal Rumble type. Okay. Basically Royal Rumble. Oh, I didn't know they had that in this. Japanese pure wrestler style. What does that mean? A plethora of techniques for a hard hitting. I guess we're just wrestling with a Japanese guy, which we usually are. Lose a match of, oh gosh. Job into some dude. It's tag team steel cage. Oh boy, this is gonna be a tricky one. I may not get to 40 even. We'll see. Okay, someone manage a dude. Well, it gives me time to talk about tonight more. Let's see, John Cena stuff happens. Rusev stands up tall. Can I get in the ring? Oh. There we go. Alright, who am I helping? I don't know. I think I'm helping Sumo Man. We'll see. Somebody will win. We just have to wait, literally. AJ Nakamura teasing the US title feud. That's the only, I think, of all the matches that we could be seeing come SummerSlam, I think the only worthwhile match is AJ versus Nakamura. That's both brands. Don't give a crap about the Fatal 4-Way that could happen at SummerSlam. Not SummerSlam. Yeah, SummerSlam. Is that something? Yeah. SummerSlam with Brock and Dylan Lesnar and whoever. AJ Nakamura. And there's not really much story to it besides let's see who's the best. But in a time like this, that's all you can really do. And hope that, you know, the match itself is what carries the feud onward. You know, use the match, use the big profile match. You know, big high quality match, and then go from there. You know, build the feud further, see what the storyline takes them, get dynamic with them. Obviously, it's yet another chase for the title, the storyline, but in the situation like this with WWE, that's what we can only ask for. What else? One more thing. The Fashion Files happened. I did watch that all the way. That's the second, and you can always, even if SmackDown's terrible, at least the Fashion Files is something to look after, because my gosh, Whoever is getting the creative freedom for that, thank God. Like, you have no idea. Okay, let me see if I can. Oh, okay, never mind. The Fashion Files. There's the Fashion X Files. Sorry, and that was funny. It was saying it's pretty much teasing their mystery tag team fight battleground, which is fine. I mean, they made it have no end goal for this. I'm sorry, this match, this night, it took it out of me. I'm really tired. Yeah, I mean, well, they not have an end in sight for the Fashion Files, which is okay. You know, it happens. As long as they keep on doing it weekly and it's funny, and it's organic, and it's fresh, you know. That's all you can ask for right now. The last thing is AJ Styles and Nakamura versus Corbin and Owens. This is another one of those things they've done similar to Raw, where they have more dynamic. Oh, what's the word? More dynamic and fluid feuding, where it's not just, you know, wrestler A feuds with wrestler B until the end of a pay-per-view, and then next night they moved on. This is one of those fluid moments where AJ Styles, you know, he's fought Baron Corbin before, obviously, and especially with the title and everything, the WWE title. He's fought Baron Corbin before. He knows Shinsuke, and they're kind of at each other. Like I want to fight you when the time comes. We will. Baron Corbin has fought Nakamura as well, and obviously they've had the running gag is Baron Corbin just getting tired of Nakamura's entrance basically and kicking the piss out of him at the beginning. Cool. And then AJ Styles has also fought Kevin Owens, and that's obviously how he won the titles from Kevin Owens. So this is one of those moments where like people there's intertwined feuds going on, and it helps the dynamic of the match. Let's see if I can get over here now. Shit. Oh, piss. Oh, got him. Okay, I can fight him. I think I can hold him off. Nope. Okay. I can trip him, I think. Oh, no. Pin him, pin him, pin him. Come on. Oh, he's winded. Oh, poop. Okay, belly belly again. Okay. He's in reverse. Nope. Oh, multiple. We're gonna see a bridge? Yep. Hard jackknife. There we go. I think I'm supposed to have him win. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Yeah, okay, good. See, I didn't have to do much, I just got to talk. Okay, so Baron Corbin, Kevin Owens wins. Pinned AJ. I'm not concerned about AJ eating the fall on that. Let's see. How am I doing right now? Let's see. Win the match. Okay, this is obviously not me. This is the Battle Royal. Okay. Alrighty, so looking at, just to do an overview, this will be a pre-Battle Royal discussion as well. I'll do a bit more in-depth one later this weekend. Before, I think probably Sunday, I'll stream. So, looking over the scope that is this this show, Battleground, it's not well thought out. I mean, it's us as the fans, if we're keeping up with both products, we're watching Great Balls of Fire. 2 weeks we're watching Battleground. I think now we get to finally take a break and we'll get to SummerSlam. Ooh, I played that. Oh, I'm Red Dragon, that's right. Okay. Oh, piss. We got SummerSlam finally coming up, and that will be a good build. We'll finally get a little bit more things fleshed out. The scope of Smackdown, though, their main story is Randy Orton versus Jinder Mahal, and a lot of people are saying Randy Orton's phoning it in, and that Jinder Mahal is not holding up well as a champion. And part of it is not that we're you know, it's not about a champion or anything, or it's like, hey, we want AJ Styles to be champion. People do. People want AJ Styles as WWE champion again, and that will happen. It will happen eventually, hopefully. Oh, never mind. I think at this point probably not. But either way, okay, that's not me coming out. So, Jinder Mahal, he's kind of a transitional champion, I think. He may be a long-term champion if they really want India to sell well. But the main story is Jinder versus Randy, and I think for a lot of fans, there are a lot of seasoned fans, especially, we're going to see the whole, you know, we're tired of a heel foreigner, and we already have 2.5. I don't know if you want to count Kevin Owens as one. We definitely have Jinder Mahal as one, and we have Rusev as one, and it's kind of, it's getting a little annoying. Long night, sorry. We have enough heel foreigners, you know. That's just playing a foreign bad guy. We've had enough of that before, since the '80s. You know, I think we're a little bit overdue on some updates on what to do and what not to do, and as far as the story. We also have AJ Styles fighting. I think is he fighting Kevin Owens? I gotta look at the lineup. I don't even know what the balance for background is. I just know it's Jinder Mahal and frickin' Randy fighting. And Randy, you know, his stuff was okay. We're you know, when if we go back to Wyatt family, let's go back to the Wyatt family, and we see a Randy Orton joining the, fighting against them, fight against the whole Wyatt family, everything. Couldn't win, couldn't beat Randy, or beat Bray. So he's like, okay, I'll join them. And people are like, huh, he's gonna join the Wyatts. And then they kept with it for a while. And then eventually Randy Orton won the Royal Rumble, I'm pretty sure. Which, why, you know, it's, he's won a couple now, so it's like, why does he need to win the Royal Rumble again? Either way. So, we go to the Wyatt family stuff. He uses his title opportunity, or he uses his Royal Rumble opportunity to fight Bray at WrestleMania. Bray got pigeonholed into the placeholder champion, so he could beat Randy and then end the whole Wyatt storyline. Which I guess now makes sense that they didn't continue with Randy and Bray together, because everyone just split up or got injured or left or whatever. Anyways. So now we look at Randy Orton post Wyatt family feud. What has he done since then? Nothing. He's fought Jinder. That's really about it. You know, that's the little scope of it. And they fought a couple times now, and there's been some screwy finish. So now they need to do it in a gimmick. I don't think this is going to be the end. I hate to say it, but I think this is going to be the second or third match, or I don't know how many matches they've had now for the title, but this is going to be like, this match will have some weird finish again, even though it's in a gimmick, and usually the gimmick that is a big cage, a super huge cage, or two cages, now two huge cages, you know, layered. You'd think, oh, okay, so they're gonna do a finish, a final finish, but there's probably some weird gimmick that's gonna happen, and then we'll go to SummerSlam, and then that'll be the final. That'll be the final, you know, deal between those two. It's just it doesn't sell SmackDown good, and that's the main. They have a main title. They're not in the Brock situation that they love to put Raw in, where there's no big champion. You know, and I get it. For Raw, they're trying to legitimize the Universal Championship and not make it so like in everyone's faces and same and bland as any other title. But anyways, that's Randy and Jinder. AJ and Kevin Owens, they'll have their final match. I figured, as far as like because we gotta look at Battleground, we gotta look at what's going to happen in Battleground, what's going to go to SummerSlam, and I'm pretty sure if we play our cards right, it's AJ and Nakamura for the U.S. Championship, and that's the best case scenario. That's honestly the best possible scenario you could have, because what they're going to do is be like, hey, remember. They're going to be like, hey, remember Wrestle Kingdom? And it's like, yeah, you want to do that again? Yeah, okay. And they're just going to go at it. Because the thing about Nakamura is, he's a great wrestler, crazy good charisma, not being utilized at all with it. It's SmackDown. He's an artist or some bullcrap. And it's like, no, like, he already had a gimmick. You brought him up from, Strong Style. Strong Style has arrived. NXT, like, what did NXT do? The moment they got Nakamura in NXT, they're like, he's King of Strong Style. Okay, run with it. Like, Strong Style has arrived. He is the king, And then when they go to SmackDown, it's like, let's get him this. He's an artist. He's the artist. It's like, okay, so that means he's a really good wrestler. He's charismatic. Let's see some good art. We haven't seen many good matches, honestly. And this is not anything against Shinsuke. He obviously can put the work in. He hasn't had to put the work in a while. I mean, my God, first match NXT, Sami Zayn, 4.5 5-star match. I remember seeing that match that night. I was like, this is going to outshine all of WrestleMania the next night. I said it as I was watching. I was like, this will outshine WrestleMania 32 the next night. What did it do? WrestleMania 32 happened forever. It was bland and boring. Who cared? Roman Reigns won at the end. And look at us now. He's not champion yet, and at this rate, he may not be a full-fledged champion. Either way, let's see. Okay, I fall down. Back to Shinsuke. So we have those two guys going eventually. I guess it's Baron Corbin and Shinsuke at Battleground. We need AJ to win. We need Shinsuke to win. And then to win their respective matches, go on to fight each other, and just have 6 weeks of intensive tease. Build up to the feud, and you don't have to have them fight each other. No tag matches, no confrontations. Just literally outdo each other. They both know they're great. AJ Styles needs to show that he is the best wrestler in the world, which he is one of the top ones. Kenny Omega is doing barn burners on the daily. AJ Styles, though, he's put in consistent work since in WWE, so it's not like he has a huge huge hurdle being the best. I mean, he can make a good match out of anyone if you give him the right time. Anyways. That's them. The women's championship division, it's Naomi, Becky, and Charlotte. Why would we make Charlotte the face? Who knows? Who cares? Who's the heel? I forget who's the main heel. Natalia? Who else is there? I don't know. I really don't know who else is in. Oh, this is an over the top battle royal. Okay. Well, I need to pay attention now. Almost. It's amazing how so far I have yet to lose. Breathe actually while that's going. Let's see, what else is happening at Battleground? I really don't know what's happening at Battleground. Not much. Yeah, that's not much else going on. It's the last main wrestling pay-per-view of July. And once we get past July, we're going to SummerSlam season, obviously. And then that's when everything gets weird. People are going back to school. We're getting all kinds of stuff. I know I'll be going back to school. Things will be different. Times will feel different. Yada yada yada. It kind of sucks. We're getting the tail end of July, which August is still summer technically. It's supposed to be, supposed to be like the deepest part of summer, but still. Anyways, all right, we're at 30 minutes. I'm going to. So yeah, I'm just going to continue this match. This Smackdown was not good. And that I'll talk a little bit about the overall aspect of what's happening right now in WWE. Do y'all want to hear? So, it's not good. Every match, every show, it's just uninspiring. And I was listening to Joe Cronin's show, and I was thinking, like, he said he likes in New Japan's matches, and that they're very entertaining matches, but he wants the sports entertainment, the story aspects of it. And I'll say this: New Japan's story aspect is very unconventional, and it's not the same vein as episodic weekly stuff. But in a world that we're constantly changing, we're constantly evolving, I think New Japan's, it's a tried and true like style, we have legitimate press conferences, we do interviews, we do stuff on the website and everything. We build this up as like a good, like, hey, who's, we're trying to tell not like the most crazy dramatic, hey, he's my son story, but Kurt Angle. But we are looking at, who's better, why are we doing this, what's the reasoning. It's never really, like, in some cases now, Los Ingobernables de Japón, their storyline is, we're the Ingovernable, at least that's their name, and that you can't tell us what to do, we don't care, we're gonna do whatever. And it's actually gotten off really well because the fans love them. We're getting a LIJ versus Bullet Club match in the United Kingdom. And it's like, oh my gosh, like we have a faction match, like a big cool faction match. Like, what's going on? Sorry, I gotta look at some messaging. But yeah. But anyways, back to the. I know I'm getting on a tangent badly. Joe Cronin's show. He said that he likes WWE for the story aspect. Now, I'm going to say New Japan has story. You have to see it a little bit. It's not as current, or it's not as quick, and like there's not a quick turnaround. Seriously, just look at Okada. He had years, before he was designed as an ace of New Japan, or he's looked at the ace. He had a match with Tanahashi one year, Wrestle Kingdom, couldn't win, and he was like literally like he was crying, saying like, I lost, and I didn't live up to the full potential, and I should have won, and all that stuff. Let's see what's his finisher. S. Where's the S? S is finisher. Okay, Walton Frog Splash. Okay, let's get out of there. So I can do a Frog Splash. But and that's a story aspect. It's like it's a story of Okada wanting to be. He wants to be the best. He wants to show that he can carry New Japan on his shoulders, and that he is, he will make New Japan more famous. He will make himself more famous. He will, do all the work as an ace. And that's a very, being the ace of New Japan, it's like WWE saying, not directly, it's very indirectly WWE saying, you know, here's our champion for a long time. If even that, I don't know. It's equivalent to saying who's Cena, and WWE's been trying to say, hey, it's Roman Reigns, but the fans are, you know, a lot of people have been, negative, lukewarm, and indifferent. There's been a lot of hate as well. I don't know, but WWE, their main storyline right now is, I don't know. I don't know what's the main story of WWE. What's the main? What are we tuning in every week to find out about? We're gonna tune in at Battleground to see who's champions. Ah, dang it, can't get it. Oh, okay, I'm dropping stream quality a little bit. Okay, it's back. Never mind. This stream may not go on much longer. My main message is, you know, what can we do? You know, what can WWE do now at this point to keep us entertained? Because they're not sports entertaining us by any stretch of the imagination. Not going good. New Japan, they're gaining traction. I'm hoping this is a long-term, like, you know, we're gonna see. We'll get to see. You know, the New Japan become the #2 company in the world that eventually goes head to head with WWE, and it may take a long time, and it definitely will be a lot of work. See, I don't know what they mean by pure wrestler style. I'm gonna see what the details are. That rules. 3 count off. The time is 3 minutes. Elimination off, rope is on, rope breaks on, DQ counts on, outside on. I don't think that's right. I think those are basic. I may have been buggy. I don't know. We'll see. But I'm gonna hit him a lot. I'm gonna win. Either way. But anyway, so let's look at the Raw side. The main storyline is a little bit better than SmackDown's. The main one is what's going on with the Universal Championship. Who's going to face Brock at SummerSlam? You know, in most cases, we should already have had an idea of who's fighting who at SummerSlam at this point. I mean, they just had their last pay-per-view, and it's going to be a month before SummerSlam, so you'd think, okay, we're now, you know, SummerSlam's a big event. They want it to be a big event. And we're now finally seeing the foldings of Braun, two Samoans, and you know, Brock Lesnar. That's the main one. Other than that, I have no clue. Like, what's another good captivating story? You know, we have Angle and his son deal. You know, good job for Jason Jordan. But I mean, my God, like, so many jokes and memes already. My black son, you know, and the guy, whatever. So SmackDown, we have Randy and Jinder, and it's same thing, fighting over who's gonna be champion. Like, in SummerSlams have historically been, you know, who's gonna be champion, but the devil's in the details. Samoa Joe, he's bringing the fire out in Brock a lot. Braun is hitting on all cylinders. He's hitting very well. Roman Reigns, everyone loves to shit on him, and I'm going to shit on this one. He's been coasting on it and not taking it seriously. And the booking of it on how he got an opportunity is stupid. You know, he nearly killed Braun. Now, I guess it's a testament to Braun because, you know, Braun's like back this, you know, next week or whatever, and he's like, I'm fighting you and beating you up. Okay, we both fell down. But I mean, that's the overall story of both shows is, you know, fighting for the title. But there's no depth. You know, there's a little depth with the Fatal 4-Way that could happen. But man, that's historically, you do not rely on Fatal 4-Ways or even triple threats to be, you know, the main, you know, the main match. So I don't know who they're gonna have at main event. I mean, obviously it's gonna be Brock and them, and they'll have a big nasty match with a lot of fighting. But that's just, it's unconventional, and we do have to see what happens between now and SummerSlam. But SmackDown, it's like, okay, we're probably gonna have Randy and Jinder again, and then after that, who knows? If we go back to, let's go back to the Ruthless Aggression era. You know who was always in the main event scene then on Raw? Triple H. He had the Reign of Terror on it, and it was terrible, you know. But we had some good moments once it finally, like, you know, once it got rolling. We saw the rise and fall of Evolution. Cool. We saw Chris Benoit become more and more prominent as a, possibly main event contender, but more as, like, you know, he's not just some guy, you know, he's not just some technical wrestler. He's also, like, you know, he's doing bigger matches. We saw Shawn Michaels have another, you know, but he did a halftime, you know, he had a halftime show before 2002 where basically he got time to cool off, and then the last half of his career was almost better than his first. So, and that was always a story, you know, the evolution of Triple H and Shawn Michaels. That was a big focal point. Now, obviously, it did take the spotlight from others, but shoot, we saw Shelton Benjamin, if they had done it right. You know, Shelton Benjamin winning against Triple H in a huge upset victory. I remember that night. That was a great night, great match. And they could have continued from that. They didn't, but they did continue with involving with Chris Benoit and stuff, and him. Remember him being there and helping with it. It's just, there's no main story right now that's entertaining from WWE. And maybe it's like we're all under this whole wrestling fatigue. We're getting overloaded each week by wrestling. I mean, we got 2 pay-per-views. 2 pay-per-views a month. We got at least 10 TV shows. Then you also, if you're dedicated, you'd like to watch NXT. I think NXT is going to get another round of quality once they flesh out McIntyre and Rude and Aleister Black. My God, Aleister Black is amazing. Like, it sucks that we have to see him eventually go to the main roster, but, like, oh, it's so good. Just, you know, overall, just so amazing. But if you look at something like New Japan, what's their story? Their main story right now is the G1 Climax. A lot of people are fighting, and we're trying to see who's going to be coming out, you know, champion, or who's going to be coming out the G1 winner, who's going to face, you know, Okada at Wrestle Kingdom. That's another thing. It's like we're building up to Wrestle Kingdom already, which is fine. It's in 5 months, you know, cool. But we have layers within this. Who's going to be champion then? Who's going to win the G1? Kenny Omega and Okada, when they meet at the G1, who's going to win that? Who's finally going to have? Is Kenny going to win one? Are we going to go 1-1-1 and then have a 4th rubber match? Entirely possible. We don't know. We have to see if Kenny Omega wins enough G1 matches. We have to see if Okada wins any G1 matches. We have to see if Tetsuya Naito will finally become, you know, champion or contender again. I think. Yeah, he was contender before, probably. But there's a lot of dynamic to it, and it's all good wrestlers. We have Kota Ibushi, someone that, you know, barely has wrestled this year for New Japan. He's wrestled as Tiger Mask W, cool. But, like, Kota Ibushi is, you know, he's a wild card of a tournament, a prestigious tournament, one of the most prestigious tournaments in wrestling. I think the most, I'd say, easily at this point. You know, he was in Cruiserweight Classics last year, which was really good. But this year he's in the G1, and it's like, are we going to see Kenny Omega versus Kota Ibushi? And a lot of these feuds are fueled by the fire of the internet, and that it's not as much New Japan saying, hey, let's do this. You know, the wrestlers themselves have very much taken upon themselves to fuel the fire that is these matches. But, I mean, you go to an interview with Kota Ibushi for New Japan, he was asked, do you want to face Omega? He's like, I'm afraid to. Somebody might die after the match. and that's very possible at this point. But New Japan, it's like, what's the next good match? And this whole year, oh well, let's go back 1 year. It was exactly a year. The G1 special last year. He was going to win that. Kenny Omega. Okay, is he going to win the title now? Is this his time? He is now leader of the Bullet Club. Like, it was such a good build-up, and it's like, okay, Bullet Club is such a huge faction. Is he going to, catapult it to new horizons? He lost. He lost the Wrestle Kingdom match. Okay. But are we going to see a rematch? Does Okada want a rematch? He did. He definitely wanted a rematch against Omega and prove once and for all he is the better person. And that one-winged angel is not going to end it. So we have that kind of storyline. We have a storyline about a freaking finisher. Can a finisher end it? And we almost saw it in the second match end the match. Luckily, Okada was at the rope, so we don't know for sure if that's the 1, 2, 3 that Kenny Omega needs to win. And that's just it's such good psychology of wrestling that you're breaking down to what the move is as far as its importance and how important it can be to define a match. It's a finisher. Okada, he hit Rainmakers on Kenny. Kenny hit Rainmakers on Okada. Nothing yet. It finally took enough at the end of the first one to do it. By the end of the second one, they were both so gassed out they hit the draw time. So now we're going to see a third. And this is pretty deliberate. Of course, they're both going to be in the same block. Of course, later on near the end, near the end of the G1 special, because of this is good booking, near the end of G1, we're going to see them two fight. And this could be like a defining one. Like, will Omega get the points needed to win the G1 again? Possible. It's entirely possible. Or at least become the A block winner. Does it enough points to be A or B block winner, whichever one he is. Either way, that's just the thing. It takes a little. You don't have to see New Japan every single week. I'm not gonna watch. I watched New Japan Sunday. I'm not gonna watch it again until Thursday, and we're gonna see hey, the B block. We're gonna see if Kenny Omega gonna win. Okada's gonna win. We're gonna see how the B block's gonna turn out. And then it'll continue every couple of days. This will be the most New Japan I've watched in one sitting, or in one timeline. But yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna pretty much. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and close off too. All right.